I want to talk a bit today about moss. I really love moss, and you know when you're walking through a woodland and you think, oh, it's so pretty here, isn't it? Look at the trees and look at the bark and the leaves, and wow, what a beautiful place this is. And moss is one of those things we don't often really pay much attention to because it's just kind of there, isn't it? And yet, when you come down and look at this tree, and you look down and you think, wow, it's covered in moss. And you think, it looks really pretty, but is it actually really good for the tree? And I like looking a lot at how environments work together, how the plants and the trees work together. And in the woodland, moss, this lovely, soft substance, is so good for the environment, and more than we realise. And moss is a non-vascular plant, so it's not like a tree which has, you know, it's very solid, it's very structured, isn't it? It's got xylem and phloem, which are taking what the tree needs up and down inside here, this lovely bark, and then you've got this moss on the outside. So this hasn't got the structure like that, and it's only one cell thick. So when you look at moss, you won't see like one moss growing by itself. It needs the other plants to support, so it can stand upright. It never grows very tall, as you can see. It's only one cell thick, and it reproduces by spores. So it puts these spores out into the air, and then they come over and they think, oh, I'll land on this tree, it's very lovely, and I'll sit and live here. And it puts out these filaments called rhizoids, which attach it to the tree or the ground or the rock. So these are like roots, but they're not roots, because it's different to vascular plants. So it puts down these little rhizoids, and then it grows quite profusely, as you can see. And moss really likes water. So you can see here, there's water running down the tree. And so moss really likes growing on these gnarly, craggy trees because it catches the water, catches her into the moss better than if it was on a smooth trunk. So when you see these beds of moss on the ground, I think, wow, it looks really pretty. It's a bit like a fairy tale, isn't it? It's actually really good because it prevents soil erosion, and it also prevents flooding because the moss takes in lots of water and it stops soil runoff. Moss is also extremely good for us right now because it's helping to stop climate change in terms of, you think about carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So this lovely substance here has the ability to take in greenhouse gases and take in carbon dioxide. So they're actually using sphagnum moss, peat moss, to help with the environment now and take these gases out of the environment for us. Moss also has the ability to take toxicity out of the soil, and will take things like clean the air for us and take dust out of the air. So it's a bit like lichens, they're just continuously cleaning the environment for us. If you've got healthy moss, you've probably got a healthy environment. So yeah, it's also very lovely, and I suppose if you ever wanted to lie down on the moss and have a nice sleep, you could, but it's very moist right now, it's very wet. It has the ability to survive quite well in drier times as well, and can probably go even months sometimes, and then will revive again. So next time you're out walking and you see these amazing trees and these amazing environments, take a little time and think, wow, moss, you really are very good for us, aren't you?